going to try and juggle clicker, notes, mic, right. So, I'm hoping that today I'm going to tell you some 3 fixes that you can try in your workplace. And even if you're in a completely different situation to me, I'm hoping that you'll take away something from this talk. So, it's really hard to do 3 things at the same time, I'm really sorry. It's because we're in a different space. So, as Natalie mentioned, I used to be a freelance digital project manager. I was always the new girl, always had to go into companies when the internet was really young and nobody really knew what they were doing, and project managers had to do everything from client-facing to knocking out sitemaps to bullying people into doing their work within really hard deadlines. And I also had to pick up projects really quickly and make sure that people understood that I wasn't just, I don't know, straight out of college, or that I had to sort of claim that space and make sure that people knew that I worked for people like Microsoft if they were just a startup in Brighton. I also had to, what I'm trying to say is I had to gain the trust quickly for some amazing creative digital agencies. So this is what happens if I go off script, right? I just start rambling. So, what I've written down here is that I thought I better have a backup plan, because back in the 90s, people didn't know if the internet was going to take off or not. And it was really stressful. And why I became a yoga and meditation teacher is because I had burnout. I got made redundant multiple times. People didn't think anything of being disloyal to someone who had given their blood, sweat and tears to put together the Channel 5 website, for example, when I was 25, managing a team of 20 people. And as soon as that project was over, it was out the door. So I thought, I'm going to do something else. So I started running meditation events in my spare time, and bear with the technology. Okay, so I started running a meditation event in my spare time. That's me in the pink at the front. And I kept those worlds pretty separate. People weren't quite ready to even talk about meditation back then. But then the opportunity arose where Western science seemed to have caught up, and apparently there is a lot of evidence that meditation is good for you. Who knew? And it felt like, oh my God, if I don't do this now and try and bring those 2 worlds together, someone else is going to do it and I'll be really annoyed, and I've missed that opportunity. So I started to take meditation and well-being and people skills and self-development into tech and creative companies. So that was just a bit of background. This quote is from a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who's written lots of books about mindfulness. You might have come across him, Thich Nhat Hanh. He says, basically, better the devil you know. We stay stuck in situations because it's easier to do that than make a change. And this happens across, I don't know, and we're scared of change. I used to think that there was something wrong with me because I hadn't stayed in one job for life, that there was something wrong with me, that I was kept changing and doing different things, and actually I was a natural freelancer. And back in the 90s there wasn't any freelance project managers. We had to be in the office and we had to be on call for the client, and it was like an important job that people thought that you couldn't do remotely back then. So part of what I try and teach people is that we all have unconscious biases, and that lack of awareness of even what we want affects our decision making, let alone what the teams want, let alone what our fears are. So this can affect others, our own decisions, and cause conflict. So using meditation techniques can help us be more compassionate to ourselves and others, help us chill out as well, obviously. And what I noticed is that I just respond differently to situations. Like meditation, a lot of us think, oh, I can't do it, I'm not doing it right, and we get all like give ourselves goals about meditation, about what it should be. And what I noticed was that, and I used to be like this, I used to say to people who were my meditation teachers, nothing's happening, everything's the same, I don't know what, I'm not doing it right way. And they just said, just keep doing it, just keep doing it. And then what I noticed was when I respond differently to situations, to stressful situations, like I'm more likely to laugh at a stressful situation now rather than really hang on to it. Not saying that I don't get pissed off and angry, I'm just saying that I get back to my centre quicker, whereas it used to really fester in my brain. So I'm going to try and teach you a couple of things, or three or four things, guerrilla meditation that you can do every day at your desk, at the office, that no one will know that you're doing. Okay, so you're going to try this with me, okay? So when I say breathe deeply, can you breathe into your stomach? Just take a deep breath in into your stomach, because when I say take a deep breath, a lot of people go like this. I don't know why. If you just take a deep breath and just let your stomach go, maybe you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in, and then just breathe out. Breathing is easy, you do it all the time. I know you can do this, it's going to be all right. Trust me. Okay, so just breathing deeply, deep in and out, into your stomach. It's okay to laugh, it's fine. And now, on your next breath, just see if you can hold it in, just for 5 seconds. So you just breathe in, and then hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. If you breathe out through your mouth, like you're blowing a bubble or smoking, that's fine too. So just try it again. Breathing in, and then holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathing out. Now, you're in a pretty calm, chilled out situation here, okay? But when you're just about to make that phone call to a client that you're a bit more anxious about, or you're about to go on stage and talk to a bunch of people, or you have got a meeting, or maybe, like I used to do, get stressed going to work and your heart rate's going, just try this, just try it. It's really simple. It's something that people who do perform and go on stage do. It's just a really simple way of getting your heart rate down, and almost we think we're cheating. We want that adrenaline. We want to feel like, anxiety. We don't. We want to be effective. We're more effective if we just calm down and make your heart rate go down. And when you ever feel that anxiety, just try it. Just see if you can remember it, and just keep doing it until that heart rate goes down. You can do that anytime. Okay, so that's my first one. Has anyone ever been to a meeting where they didn't know what the hell they were there for? Right. It's up to you. We all have, I know we're got these roles, we've got job titles, but if someone asks you to a meeting, or you are doing a meeting, organising a meeting, work out what you want to get out of that meeting before you go to that meeting. And often, at some agencies, they'll have you back-to-back meetings and you don't even get a chance to take a breath, and you have to switch your brain from one thing to another. It's called cognitive load, and it's really stressful, and you're not effective at all. So if you can give yourself a moment, just even before you start a meeting, even if it's not your meeting, that someone's called it for you, you could just say, in a nice way, but something, clear way, why are we here? What's the purpose of this meeting? What do we want to get out of it? What are the roles? We were talking about this earlier, that maybe Joe was saying that, maybe you are the one that takes the minutes, but then you're the one that records what is remembered for next time. And also recapping the actions. If you've ever seen W1A, I've been in meetings where it felt a bit like W1A, that BBC programme, where everyone's just going, yes, we definitely need to do something, but yes, we should do something about this problem. And no one's actually taking ownership and saying, I will do this, and you will do this, and you will do this. And by the time we meet again, we're not going to have the same bloody conversation that we had this time. So that's kind of meditation, but it's also project management skills. but it helps everybody play the game, because if you've got people who are speak louder in the sorry, I just need to put it setting the tone, the purpose, the outcomes, the roles helps everybody know what the rules are, and everybody can play the game of the meeting. And so it helps other people who aren't necessarily the loudest in the room to be able to participate, because they know that they can have that space to talk. It's also about the energy that you bring to the meeting, so that if you're the one that's in control, when I say control, just that you're harnessing that energy, that other people can feel more comfortable and they know why they're there and that their time's valued. And there's always somebody that brings a bit of a negative energy. Sometimes there's a bit of negative energy in the room, and it might even be you that sits with, like, your body language is different and they get fed up about going to meetings. So it's just noticing yourself. If you're not going to go and give the best of you in a meeting, then, you know, that's something to consider why you've turned up to it. You will come here with, like, something, you know, and you've all brought it. It's not me, really, that's bringing the energy. It'd be really sad if I was just standing here on my own. It's all of you. You're so good, you're all sitting there, so good and quiet. And I was like, oh, what? Okay. Inner integrity is a really core teaching in the meditation practice that I have. And they always say, it's not about you being honest with everybody outside, that would lose you friends, maybe. It's about being honest with yourself. You know, check in with yourself regularly, ask yourself some big questions, especially if you've got decisions to make. So when I first started SheSays, I was like, this is great, you know, I'm enjoying it, but at the same time I've got full-time work, I've got not making money out of this particularly, and I'm not, it takes up a lot of time. And I sort of sat and contemplated, we call it contemplation rather than meditation, because you're asking your subconscious, yes, or higher self, if you believe in a higher self or the universe, to help you answer those questions. So you just find a quiet spot and meditate and contemplate and ask. And I asked myself, what should I really be focusing on? And the answer came back really clearly, SheSays Brighton. That was I'd only been in a couple of years. And as it continued, and it's grown and grown and grown, and it's made a real impact, not just for me to get invited to be on boards and have some influence in Brighton, but people are at pains now to tell me that they've got 50% parity of gender balance in their companies. Because 2,000 women on a mailing list, you know, is nothing unless you turn up, unless you decide to make a change, decide to use your platform to help other women, other people of colour, other people LGBT, and you keep coming and you create your own groups. And how many groups there are now in Brighton, where when I started SheSays there was nothing. So it's bearing that in mind, that you make a difference, but it's what you feel is really important to you, and it might be a loneliness charity, it might be something else that you're passionate about, and it's whether or not you feel that whatever projects or work that you're doing is fulfilling for you, because what else is there, do you know what I mean? Spending a lot of time at work. Anyway, when we get out of alignment with our values, that's what I'm trying to say in my notes, it causes internal conflict. When we're at school or college, you know, or when we're doing an event, sometimes there is people that are telling you you have to tick these boxes in order to pass your exams. When you have got more control over your own life, it's important, because that inner internal conflict can start to get uncomfortable. Right. Last one. I'm sure this has never happened to any of you at work, but in the digital sector, or especially when I first started, there seemed to be a lot of eccentric people that used to like to kind of blur those lines between friendship and colleagues, and behave badly quite frankly. They would come up to me and like bellow and shout and get stressed about deadlines and websites. And I learned to breathe and stay in your centre and maintain eye contact and just use the techniques that they use, the police force use these sort of techniques. And it's interesting how people fizzle out. They just want to be heard, essentially. And that's another kind of compassion. If you try and interrupt someone who's getting hysterical, it's like, it doesn't help them. You kind of get embroiled in what they're doing. You might get seen defensive, or you're trying to fix the problem and they're not interested in that. And that, I've done this a few times. It's just trying to keep in your centre, make sure that you go back and try and fix the situation when everybody's calmed down a bit. Okay. So these breathing techniques help you before meetings, presentations, events, and you can practice them through the day. And they'll kick in when you need them. We often hold our breath when we don't even realise it. And the breath is your friend, because if anyone who's been to yoga knows, it's like helps you throughout the day. Breathing is good, apparently. Helps you get oxygen to your brain. All right, I've only got a couple of things to say. Just that I have a Instagram where I post amazing stuff, thanks to my friend Laura Clark, helps me with that. Refigure underscore on Instagram, and there's a lot of case studies on there with people that have done one-to-one sessions with me. I tend to do 3-hour blast sessions rather than have like therapy, people come week after week. It's just a blast session. So there's some case studies on there. And what else is there? Oh yeah, every week I put a new meditation. You can find some on YouTube, but they're also on Spotify and everywhere where you get podcasts. They've all got a different theme. And the feedback has been really nice, because some people say that it's really nice to have a voice they can trust, because I certainly didn't really respond to Headspace because it's a guy's voice. And sometimes he says things like loosen your tie, and he didn't make most of those for blokies, so that's fine. That's fine. I do need them to get into meditation, but mine aren't, they're my voice. Right, so refigure.co.uk, you can see more stuff. I've got a blog, and I'm running a clarity and purpose workshop. So after work, there's 15 places. It's at the Lighthouse, and we do a bit of meditation, we connect with each other. In fact, it's group coaching really, so if you'd like to come, I do them once a quarter, so this will be the last one of the year. There's a few places left, a few people here are already going to them. Sorry for the shameless plug, but people do ask me what I'm up to, so this is what I'm doing. And thank you very much.